Hi everybody, I just thought that I would do a video blog update. I've only just realised that screen shines through my glasses, that's why I keep moving my head, and I apologise for the state I'm in. Last night I did an all-nighter again because I couldn't sleep, so I was up again for over 24 hours. I wanted to talk today about medication. I've actually looked on my list of medication today, and I'm actually on 17 different items. Some for blood pressure, some for my heart, some for my depression, my restless legs, angina, asthma, sleeping tablets, which don't work, and my morphine, which is what I wanted to talk about most. I had to basically beg the doctor to give me some kind of pain relief that would help, and she did eventually give me Oromorph as well as morphine slow release tablets after trying morphine patches, the transdermal ones, which made me violently sick. So there was just no way that I was going to carry on wearing them. So she put me on 12-hour release morphine tablets at 20 milligrams, one in the morning and one at night. And as everybody knows, once your body gets used to it, you build up a resistance, so they stop working. So I phoned the doctors up a couple of weeks ago, and I was just so upset on the phone because I was so down because of the pain and not being able to do anything, that she actually increased the morphine. Which now we're back at that point where it doesn't work, so what is the point of taking it? What is the point of me draining the NHS system of a prescription for a drug that God knows costs so much when it doesn't work? I was hoping that I would be able to have the facet joint injections sometime this year. And then I've found out since I went seeing the specialist that there's no funding. So the next step is basically the same kind of procedure, but where they actually block the nerves in my back. Again, it's a very, very long waiting list, but I have been put on a a cancellation list, so I could get a phone call at any time and be taken in the day after. This weekend we had Barry's son up for the weekend, so on Saturday we decided that we would go out. So crutch in hand, we went out, and within 5 minutes, I was in absolute agony. So much so that I was fighting the tears back because I didn't want Liam or more so Barry to see me in that state. The pain is absolutely horrendous. I don't do pain anyway. As a lot of you who do know me, I'm soft, and when people ask what's your pain on the scale of 1 to 10, mine's always at 10, regardless, because I don't do pain. But this could, and has done in the past, reduce me to my knees. So that, coupled along with the insomnia and the depression, is not a good combination. So we've discussed CBD oil, and for those of you out there that don't know what it is, it's a cannabis-based oil. It's all the natural nutrients. It's not a drug that you take. It's a natural oil. It doesn't give you either the euphoric high that smoking cannabis does, or the paranoid lows. But it has been proven that it helps with pain, i.e. with cancer patients, people with multiple sclerosis, people with Parkinson's. but unfortunately you can't get it on the NHS. You have to buy it off the internet. So obviously, Barry's done a lot of research on this, and we've got some samples, so I have been trying it. It doesn't yet seem to be helping with the pain, but I'm also dubious about it because you don't know whether you're doing right for doing wrong, or I'm one of those, well, could I get in trouble for using it? As far as I know, and as far as Barry knows, you can't, because it's, even though it comes from the plant, which is illegal, also smoking cannabis has been proven to help with pain, to help with Parkinson's and things like that. So in my mind, if these illegal substances help people, which would then take off strain from the NHS, then why can't it be made legal for people in pain? So the point I'm at now is that I've got feet the double the size that they should be because they're swelling up. My fingers are swelling up, and basically just feel shit because, again, it's just repeating over and over and over again what I'm going through. Counselling sessions, I've had two now, and she sent me some leaflets that I can read and, try and focus on why I look at the dark side of everything. And when you suffer from depression, everything's black or white. It's not an in-between. It's not a grey colour or whatever. And I suppose it gives you food for thought that when you are depressed, you find the wrong in everything, absolutely everything, no matter what it is. And then you've just got the day-to-day worry of getting up, making a drink, or even eating. And again, that can make your depression worse because you don't feel like getting up and making yourself a drink. The depression stops you from doing it. And when somebody says to you, well, why are you depressed? And you try and explain it to them, they don't know then how to handle it. I'm actually in a group on Facebook for people local who suffer from depression and anxiety. And one of the members of the group posted that he was feeling suicidal, and that a friend of his had asked why he was depressed. And when he explained it to her, she deleted and blocked him on Facebook. So that kind of behaviour isn't acceptable for somebody with depression. And all I can say is that that person didn't deserve to have that other person as a friend. Because if a friend can't understand or try to understand or sit and listen when you're telling them why you're feeling depressed, or you're trying to tell them why you're feeling depressed, then they're not worth being your friend. They're not even worthy of the title friend. Because a friend will sit and listen. A friend will sit and try to understand. As hard as it is for yourself to explain to yourself, it's very difficult to explain it to somebody else as well. So, yeah, you've got to learn to live with it, and learn to live with the taboo, if you will, of people don't want or can't understand anything about depression. And I think that's why there's all these self-help groups, and not self-help groups, but groups that are in main life, such as SANE and mental health groups, that if you went on either YouTube or Google or even Twitter, you'll find that there's loads and loads of groups on there for people with depression that will help. So you're not on your own. You think you're on your own, and you feel like you're stood in a room full of people screaming at the top of your lungs and nobody's listening. But my advice to you would be either try and find some counselling. If you can't get out like I can, ask about doing counselling via video link like I do. Join and follow these groups on Twitter and Facebook, because that is our life these days, is Twitter and Facebook. And I'm guilty of being one of those people. But I have, because I follow these people now and I've started doing these videos, I always post these videos to them pages. And I've recently been contacted by saying, privately, to ask if they could use one of my videos on the website, which obviously I was so pleased with myself, because I've obviously touched on something that other people are probably not willing to talk about. So yeah, that's probably going to be all for today. I've been talking to myself now for nearly 12 minutes, and you're probably bored of watching me. So I'm going to bid you all a farewell for today. Hope you all have a nice day, and I shall speak to you all soon. Take care. Bye.